I have nothing planned for this next video. I'm just gonna wing it. I am loving my succulents at the moment, so you're probably gonna see a lot of them in my videos. I'm just doing a good watering right now. I'm sure there's more I want to talk about, but at this moment, my mind is blank. Welcome and thanks for watching my videos. Wasn't sure how I wanted to start this video, so I kind of been doing clips here and there. This is the future Paula. I was editing a video and it's funny that I noticed something flying as I was cleaning my philodendron Florida green. It was a ladybug. I found a ladybug in my grow room. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just surprised that it's winter, January the 27th, and I'm finding a ladybug in my grow room. But they can go ahead and eat away at the any pests that try to come about. I am pest free, knock on wood. I haven't seen a thrip or a mealybug or any kind of bugs except for that purple plant when I found the spider mites. That purple plant is still alive and kicking. It's still on my windowsill. Still watering it. I do need to change the dirt because it's drying out really quickly. I think the dirt needs to be switched, but I'll leave that for another time. I'm just watering plants today and taking it easy because my husband and I had issues with our well. We had to replace some valve that feeds the water into the house and yada yada yada. Not fun leaving without water. Luckily, I collect water for my plants ahead of time, but we're not far from the community center, so we can just always go there to get water. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with at the moment. Hopefully it all works out well. Usually I plan ahead and see what chores I need, what planty chores. I know there's stuff that I should do, like planting that transcantia. This poor thing has been waiting for me to plant it. It's very happy. It's very purple. I have it under the grow lights. It's got very little water, so I should top that up. I notice I don't talk very much in my videos. I try to get straight to the point. And sometimes I write things down in the description, and that helps me when I'm looking back at the videos so that I can update certain things. Sorry, Viola. Viola's growing really well. She's got another leaf growing on this section here. I was actually considering putting her in my living room, but I'm worried that she might not like the change right now because she is growing happily in here under the grow lights, so I don't want to disturb her. Yeah, I'm basically trying to finish up what I was trying to do last night before Maverick came to interrupt me. Sounds like he's coming up the stairs right now. He's been wanting my attention a lot lately. I got new ripsalis trimming. Really excited for that plant to grow into something. But in the meantime, since I do have succulents that are ready, if you take a look at this one here, that root system is like going crazy. And it also has a baby growing right there. So I'm going to plant these. I find that once the roots are that mature, that they're good on their own and it's easier to care for. So I'm going to use these Dollar Tree cup dessert things that I poke holes at the bottom and pot that up. All the other leaves that I had at the bottom in the second tray of the succulents, they're not doing so well. They don't look well. This one's yellow, so that's not gonna work. It is a full leaf. To have a successful propagation, you have to have a full leaf. It can't be cut off the plant. Like that one looks like it was cut off the plant. Sure you can see that. That looks like a full complete leaf. It's still firm. Not watering it. It's just living its life. It's still firm. Now this one here, no, mushy. And this one here, even though it's like wrinkly, there's little roots. Little baby roots. I might keep that. We'll see. I mean, this one turned into something and I didn't think it would. You see the roots? Well, there's a tiny little baby. So I'm going to plant that today. Definitely. This is pear cactus. It does have pricklies, and you don't want to get these pricklies in your fingers because they suck to take out. You have to use tweezers, but I laid it on the dirt like so, flat, because I noticed there's some new growth here. So I laid it down flat like that, and all under on this, there's roots starting. You won't be able to see it, but I'm going to keep going with it so that eventually all we'll see is roots growing from these sections. And I predict that there's going to be new growth happening from each section. And I think I'm just going to plant it like that. I might cut it and let them callus over and then plant. We'll see where this leads us. For now, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I just finished giving the succulents a good watering. These are all baby succulents. This one here still has its mama leaf. I'm growing these under grow lights, just the simple full spectrum lights that I got off Amazon. I did have an affiliated link, but I wasn't getting any action, so I'll have to decide if I'm going to be doing that in the future. But for now, I just want to keep my videos simple to help me along with my journey and maybe share a few tips along the way that I learn. I'm really loving this string of pearls setup. I know the pot doesn't have a hole at the bottom, but I water it only when it's completely dry, and look how happy they are. Getting really good at telling when they need water, like this bathtub here. You see that one right there? It's all shriveled. It's a sign of dehydration right there. Another sign of dehydration. Other than that, the rest look good. Needs to be watered. I need my nails done. I matched the bathtub. Excited to see this plant grow. Let's check out the roots. The roots at the bottom are coming from the pot. I'm going to have to definitely repot this soon. I haven't touched this plant. I had it in the corner of my grow room just doing its thing for about a week. And I still haven't watered it. My mandevilla is growing around my lights wire. Hey Maverick. Today I unplug my humidifier and see how my plants will do. And I did a little rearranging. Instead of having my work table in front, I moved over my Hoyas. And now I've got my workbench up against the wall next to an outlet where I can plug everything in. That's just a Dollarama light to help with the lighting. Otherwise, I use micro lights. Yeah, I did a little cleanup. Maverick's not helping. Now I'm going to check out if this light makes a difference. May not. Let's find out. Oh yeah. Maverick. It's not a toy. Oh, it's got different settings that I can adjust it. I think Maverick likes the new setup too. You can see my mess in the back. That's my table where I put the stuff to do. Well, most of the stuff I'm getting ready for seeds for the spring. I have some seeds that I'm going to start this year. Lots of broccoli. Try to get my vegetable garden up and running. I think Maverick thinks I set this up for him. Not sure I like the wires showing, so I'm going to find some way to cover that. Or who cares? Maybe a plant at the end of the day. Maybe I'll pick one of my favorites. Excuse me, mister. I like working here, supposed to that big table, because the lighting is better. So even though I have a work table right there, pretty big one too, all the stuff that I need are stored under it. I just cover it with a fancy curtain. Yeah, so currently I have some containers that I'm getting ready for germinating seeds. And underneath here are all my tools. Got some pots stocked up back there. Yarn for decorating pots. Cover it up and you don't see it, except for the mess on top. In this clip, I'm going to share with you plants that have survived thrips and are recovering. They're in my bathroom, so I brought them up just to show and tell. I am going to bring them back down there because I find that they were doing well in the bathroom. They like the humidity. Here is my Cavendish banana plant. So although it looks sad, the leaves here have been attacked, but they're clean. I've not seen a thrip since December. But I see that there's new growth. I kept those two pups, the other ones that I pulled did not survive, and I'll keep pulling any dried up dead leaves, but I think it'll be fine and it'll come back nicely. My anglomania is growing. It has a new growth point, and it grew so quickly. In the 2 days that I was away camping, this new growth point started. So that was a nice surprise when I got home. The roots are doing well too. I could see, I actually need to water this right now. I could see roots that are forming there. Those are new. They're white. The other ones that were in water are green like that. So I know that there is a new root. I'm keeping this in a west facing window. That's where my bathroom faces. And I'm making sure that it's always watered because it went from water to soil. So I'm just making sure that the roots are well hydrated. And once it grows a certain length, I am going to prop and chop and try to fill this pot. Done some research, and that's the way to go with aglaomania. We'll see. The Monstera deciduosa is actually doing well, even the trimming. I'm going to keep this also. I'm going to keep all these plants in the bathroom because they're happy there and thriving. There's a new growth point. I did trim off this piece here because it was turning black, and I ended up putting that into my niece's propagation station, and it looks like the whole piece is rotted, and it wouldn't surprise me because the roots look bad. I gotta take care of that. Not a big deal. I have this trimming that is rooted. It looks like it's Prager's. It's hard and full. So there might give me a new leaf in the water. The other plant, I put it into the hanging pot that I created. The other plant is my philodendron Brazil. I pushed out a new baby leaf, and it's got the variegation on it. Lots of new little growth points. I know that there's some pieces that have dried out. I'm just gonna leave it because this plant has been very picky with me. It's happy in my bathroom, so I'm gonna leave it there. There's the update on the plants that were infested with thrips. They are now clean. Definitely need to do something with my hair. I was thinking of dyeing it my natural hair color, which is, it's on the top. You can probably see grays. Keep it natural. I have learned my lesson from the last time I planted succulents. The dirt just, after a few waterings, it just keeps going down, and I do pack down the dirt. Just probably not enough that I'm putting into the pot. So I'm doing a little overboard with this one. I'm so excited to have this plant. I shared so many trimmings with my friends and family. So excited to hear that Jen had hers growing nice and strong and shared some trimmings with me. Each trimming has more than one node. Just gonna bury the nodes and make sure they're covered with dirt. And I'll wait a few days before I water, and I'm just gonna water the soil on top because the nodes are very close to the surface, leaving the soil at the bottom a little bit dry. In my next episode, I'll share how I rehome my succulents. So I was sitting here unfurling this and I thought, oh, better get my camera, better videotape this, and I'm gonna add it to the video that I have editing. Getting better with editing my videos and filming different clips and putting them together very quickly. So I think I might change it up a bit and add, maybe instead of doing clips every couple days, editing and then uploading once a week, maybe I'm gonna do twice a week. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a Sunday. Maybe I'll post on Sunday and Wednesdays because those seem to be like good days for me. Definitely getting into the rhythm of filming, and maybe one day I can film everything in one day and have it uploaded, but I am close on editing my next one, so I thought maybe it'd be fun to do this together. It's kind of like the Marvel movies where they have endings in the ending. They've got like little clips at the end that lead you to the next movie. In this case, the next clip or episode. So yeah, I'm gonna unfurl this. There is a leaf in here. I saw it. It's right at the top. See, it's poking. So I'm going to try to help it because it was stuck, glued, like stuck. I think it was the sap from the philodendron that made it get all closed. Sorry, not a very good angle. Let's move you closer. Hi, Audie. Are you gonna help me? Just trying to save the leaf. And I think this stuff just dies back anyway. I'm gonna wash my hands after this because it is a leaf. Oh, I saved it, I think. I hope. Oh, looks sad. I don't think it's gonna survive. It's brown. Never had a plant. Never had a my philodendron Florida green. It's my first one, so I don't know if that's normal. Lighting's not the best, but it looks brown. I don't think it's gonna survive. So what do? Do I chop it and let it grow from this growth point? There's a new growth point here. So I just chop it off. So yeah, let me show you what I'm dealing with. Almost looks rotten to me. It's brown in color. Oh yeah. It's not gonna survive. I don't think. Oh, sorry. Ah! Definitely not gonna survive because it just fell apart. It's completely brown. Well, that's a shame. It does look like there's new growth happening there. So I think I'm just gonna cut this piece off, the brown part, and leave it. Yeah. I still think the plant's gonna survive. I just want to document this new growth. Looks yellow at the moment. Let's see what it's gonna look like tomorrow morning. My grow lights are still on. I think it's gonna turn green. We'll see.